Britain gave it its form, gave it a look. You know, it was, the attitude had been there, the garage band attitude had been around for a while with the Ramones and the New York Dolls and whatever. But Britain had this look. Britain had, I suppose, Malcolm McLaren and Vivienne Westwood, who were an integral part of the whole thing.
The clothes were something very new, I suppose, for Kings Road, which was like a field of glitterdom. You know, it was all big flared trousers, lots of jewellery around the neck and tight little velvet jackets. What I was selling was all these leather masks with big metal zips and little holes for your eyes and rubber skirts, thick black latex. And we called it, obviously, sex. That were large pink letters outside the shop and no windows, you couldn't see in. That was the beginnings of a style that became provocative for a whole dispossessed bunch of kids who were no longer throwing their loyalties to the groups of the day, yeah, of the Faces or David Bowie or Roxy Music. Finally, all my produce was being confiscated and I was had up in court on obscenity charges. Well, I really took a great offence at that and continued, nevertheless, unabated, and created a legion of fans who now wanted a music to harness themselves to this look.
We were the first.
Absolutely.
We were the first to tour, we were the first to make a record, we were the first to come to the States, the first to do anything.
I got a feeling inside of me. It's kind of strange, like a stormy sea. I don't know why, I don't know why. I guess these things have gotta be. I got a new rose, I got a good dance, I knew that I always would. I can't stop to mess around, like a brand new rose in town. Whoa.
It suddenly sort of changed, you know. Almost, well, it's as if it was overnight. Suddenly, these same people, you know, instead of saying rubbish and walking out, we've emptied halls before in those days, you know. We're really getting into it, and we were playing the same material, the same style. It's just, I suppose they heard it was the thing that was coming, you know.
What was it that changed that whole thing?
I really don't know. It just suddenly emerged. I mean, the Pistols did a lot to break through, you know, the scandal side of it.
Not about uniforms, it's not about clothes or hairdos or any of that. Wear what you want, do what you want, be what you want.
Whichever way people interpret it, we was ahead of a movement, and we was doing something, breaking down a lot of barriers at the same time.
And we were the golden boys of Fleet Street, which is the home of all the media in London, and we did sell more papers than anybody did on Armistice Day.
Pistols sort of gave everybody a shot in the arm, saying that, you know, you can make bucks or make a living for yourself by playing music.
Breaking rocks in a hot sun. I fought for law and the law won. I fought for law and the law won. I needed money, cause I had none. I fought for law and the law won. I fought for law and the law won.
What about politics? Do you consider yourself a political group?
Personal politics, yeah.
What do you mean by personal politics?
You know, sort of like, if somebody tells you something you can't do, you fight out against it, say, why can't I do it?
When we put the group together, we try to do that, reinvent the world from scratch.
When we wrote that music, first thing that I remember is walking down the road with Joe, and, you know, we've just signed a record deal for £100,000, you know, and we're sort of walking down the road with holes in our shoes, and we're going, my God, we're going to have all this money. And it's like, what are we going to write about now?
basically what we're here for, right, is that it's like for us, we're like visiting, you know what I mean? And all these places we go to, we've been like 52 different countries, you could say, and the only thing they got in common with each other, this is America, which I'm talking about, and perhaps Canada as well, is they all listen to like mostly shit music, you know? And that's what we're doing, is we're here to alleviate that, you know? Get people dancing, help them remember what rock and roll used to be like, and is now, but only in a very few cases.
It's great. It proves that somewhere in North America there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's at least 14, 15 slash 16, that counts. 16 rock and roll fans in North America.
17, we started.
17, well, there you are. There's a couple over. There's probably 20. There's probably 20 rock and roll fans in America.
The education system's a con, the record business is a con, big business is a con, city life is a con, country life is a con, the army's a con, the navy's a con, even cable television is a con.
The way the press blew the thing up, it was actually that the press made it out to be much more than the actual movement was. It was just another bunch of bands going off and playing.
Our faces were infamous before there was a name to put to them. And that's one thing that the Pistols, before there was any records out or anything, or any strong push, the audience was picked up on as much as the group.
Press are geared into sensationalism, that's how they sell stuff, right? So they're going, oh, there's this punk thing, right, let's pick up on all the most sensationalist aspects of it, like the real materialistic things, like people getting injured and all that kind of stuff and arrested. And that's really not what it was about. I mean, it's more to do with like a whole new lot of people coming through in the music scene, and they, in a way, tend to overlook that because it doesn't sell stuff.
The punk groups and the punk thing wasn't a violent, you know, movement or anything like that. But the people outside punk were worried and frightened by it or something, and their reaction was violence. And we used to like go down and play a gig in Scunthorpe or Newcastle or something, and we'd come out and the stage door and all the trucks would be like sort of bashed, the windows in, the tyres would be slashed, and there'd be a mob up the end of the road coming down, walking down with bricks to beat us up.
I'm gonna scream and shout to my dying friend. I'm gonna smash it up.